So once upon a time, a Japanese artist went to travel to UK and he went to Tate Britain Museum and saw the work of Ophelia, the beautiful painting, and he was standing completely stunned. He said, "I thought my work is nothing comparing to this artist's work." I was astonished. At this point, it became clear to me. My style cannot go on as before. And these words belong to Hayao Miyazaki when he went to his trip to UK after he already published Spirited Away and Howl's Moving Castle. And after seeing Ophelia, he created such a masterpiece, in my opinion, which is Ponyo. Did you see that movie? Did you like it? Let me know in the comments. But today I want to talk a little bit about how artists lose their potential, how artists lose time of not producing art, of not creating anything. It's a very difficult topic because I think a lot of people can relate to that. I can definitely relate to that. Like all the art block, procrastination, having a lot of ideas but just not doing anything about them. And I want to talk a little bit about it, and then also I want to share one of the insights I got recently about how to potentially fix it. Maybe. The reason why I decided to make this video is that when I was starting out with my drawing path and like art in general, I did not see a lot of videos like this where somebody can say something relatable and I can be like, okay, I'm not the only one struggling and suffering. Literally, we did a reaction to PewDiePie drawing for like a year. Please watch it on my YouTube channel. It was the previous video, and PewDiePie, who has like 100 million subscribers, was drawing more or less every day, had a great progress, and still he said it was painful and he was struggling so much because it is painful. Okay, so I have a question. Do you have this project that you were dreaming of for months or for years, that you were thinking about? Some characters that you were like marinating in your head, thinking of how you're going to create beautiful artworks with them, how people will make fan art with your work, how you make this comic that you were thinking about, this visual novel, how you will write this book or any other project. And then what you end up doing is just daydreaming about it, and then nothing is really happening like after that. I feel like a lot of people really get stuck in this waiting for motivation, for inspiration, waiting for the right moment to come to really start doing something. I get it. To be honest, like most of us are busy people. Like we are busy. We have school, we have work, some of us have family, other important responsibilities, and that's completely valid. But also most of the people say like, oh, I want to do art, or I want to do this project of mine, like this creative thing that I was thinking about for a long time, but I just don't have time. I don't have any time to do it, to produce it. And that's fine. But if you make a conscious choice every day of watching TikToks in your spare time, instead of doing your project or whatever you were thinking about for a long time, instead of doing that, watching TikToks for like 3 hours straight or something like that, saying that it's your rest time or something like that, then, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love watching TikToks for 3 hours straight, not doing anything else. Sometimes that's the only thing that you honestly need. But if you're doing that every day, making this conscious choice, and then you're like, oh, I don't have time for this project, I don't have time for doing whatever thing I wanted to do, how do you expect any progress? How do you expect like literally anything, right? So like one of the important things that I wanted to say also in this video is that, first of all, the right time never comes. The more you wait, the more you like marinate these ideas, these things, these thoughts, these like creative project ideas, the more time will pass and the less passion you might end up having at the end. Like you will lose all the motivation, all the inspiration, because you're just waiting this whole time. Also, another interesting thing that I've learned recently is that our brain thinks of daydreaming as real thing. Like our brain literally get dopamine from us thinking about future amazing ideas that we might make. Like our brain is amazing. Like it can literally think that it's a reality, and it will be like, okay, check mark, we already done that. Like we don't really have to work for that anymore that much. that happens sometimes. Let me know in the comments if you understand what I'm talking about. I definitely have this experience of this cycle of daydreaming about future ideas or projects and just not doing them because I already used all my energy on thinking about it and not doing it. Daydreaming it also is such a creative person's thing. In my opinion, like a lot of creative artistic people are daydreamers, like hardcore ones. Let me know what you think about it. Another thing is that right now our generation has this pressure of always trying to accomplish something, accomplish like a big thing, impress everyone, have a huge progress all the time. Even PewDiePie was talking about it. That video that he made, the last one that I was reacting to, the last video, it's amazing. It shows all the most important points I want to also talk about today. But literally he was talking about how he has a lot of pressure, that he had one of the works that people really liked, and that now he has to produce something 100 times even better to impress everyone. I mean, that's good to be motivated like that, right? Whatever works is fine, but if it makes you miserable, like why would you make yourself suffer, right? So going back to this idea of that, I will start doing this project that I'm thinking about when I will have time. A lot of people think about it this way, like I'm busy, I don't have time to do it. Like when I have some free time in the evening, I just want to relax and watch TikToks, and I don't have time and energy to think about my projects. And one of the points that I was thinking is that you will never find time. The time is right now. The time is today. Also from my own experience, the times when I was the most busiest, the most booked, when I had like studying abroad, working 2 jobs, preparing for exams, talking to my friends, doing YouTube, doing commission work, and having like full social life and school life and everything. I was also working on my project and my projects and my ideas. I don't know how I was doing it, but literally the times when I was the most busiest was the most productive time of my life. I was literally able to find time for anything. I don't know how it was possible, but I was thinking a lot about it these days, and I came across this idea, right, that one of the main resources is, as I said, time. And we're trying to make up this schedule for us, find time to do something, stuff like that. How many times I said time in this video? Whatever. Take a shot every time I said. Besides time, there's another, in my opinion, very important resource is energy. And when you think about it, think about yourself, right? During the day or the night as well, levels of your energy, they differ. Like they're changing all the time. For example, for some people, it depends on your schedule, it depends on your sleeping, it depends on everything. It just depends on your body in general, I think. But there are people who, for example, have the most energetic time of their day in the night. For example, at night, they can have a lot of energy and do a lot of things and be very productive. For some people, like for example, for me, and kind of midday, when I already woke up, I'm not sleepy, I already started my day, and then I have this like burst of energy, and I have a lot of energy to do anything. It doesn't last long because I used to be the opposite. I used to be like at night I have a lot of energy, but right now after like 9 p.m. I'm like I want to be in bed. So it changes during your life, changes during just different times of periods of your life. It's normal in my opinion, but literally that's what I found out, is that thinking about your day not in terms of your time but in terms of your energy level will actually make sense of when to put your project that you were thinking about doing. For example, most of my energy levels are really high during like midday, right? But the problem is that during that time I have school. Like I live in Japan right now and I'm studying in the language school, so I have to be from like 1:30 p.m. I have to be in the language school, and it takes some time to go to language school. I take a train for like 30 minutes or so, and then I have to be in the school until like 5 p.m. So most of the time when I have a lot of energy, I'm kind of busy. But then I'm using these breaks that I have between classes and the time when I'm going to school in the train, when nobody's in the train this time. I'm just there by myself and I can sketch something, I can write something. And also during the breaks between the classes, I'm not really tired, I have a lot of energy and I'm just writing these ideas and I'm being very productive. Sometimes I can write whole scripts during like 2 or 3 breaks, or like make some sketches or something for the commission work that I was going to do, like for example in the evening later that day or something like that. So that works for me like really well. I was curious if you ever heard about this method of like planning your time and your day. I hope that it was helpful maybe for someone to like get some inspo, get some motivation to do the thing that you were dreaming of doing already for a long time. I hope that you will start doing it as soon as possible, not someday, sometime, because the time it leaves and your motivation will leave. And even if you start doing your project, it's also another kind of issue is that you have to keep this interest. You have to keep yourself interested and motivated the whole time. Life get busy. Maybe it will be even busier in the future, you never know. So why would you postpone your amazing ideas or something until they just stop being interesting to you? You know what I mean? So if you're an artist, you gotta make art, right? So just do it. Just do it. By the way, I have these Procreate brushes that I made. They're really nice. Please get them. I have a couple more brush packs that are coming soon. So please check them out. Link will be in description. And please follow my channel. Like, what are you doing? I'm trying my best. Okay, please follow. Thank you. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!